Welcome AP Seminar. Today is Thursday, our last day of seminar for the week. We are going to be picking up on our peer reviewing and making sure that we are giving each other the best feedback that we can possible as a way to do what we need to do to get our IWAs to the best area that they are. So I'm going to go and share my screen, show you guys the PowerPoint for today. Present. Great. Okay, so we are going to finish up our peer reviewing today. And again, you guys are going to be assigning grades for your peers paper with comments justifying the score. You have to leave a comment justifying why you give it either a high or medium or a low. The quality of the comments that you guys are giving each other is going to be given, you guys are going to get a accuracy grade. So I am going to be looking at the types of comments you're leaving each other and making sure that we are being as detailed and as helpful to our peers papers as possible. So picking up where we left off yesterday, let me go ahead and pull up our rubric, and I can show you guys, we are going to be finishing the rubric today. So today by 4 o'clock, you need to submit this for, again, your grade, as well as to make sure that everybody is on the same page. I will, after you guys turn this in and grade it, I am going to be sharing this document with the person whose paper you are reviewing. Okay, so row 3D, evaluate, synthesize, and connect perspectives. So the big difference between high and a medium is this response evaluates multiple perspectives and it has a comprehensive understanding. Whereas for a medium, it might not sound that different, but a medium it does not truly synthesize perspectives, and instead it describes perspectives. So it simply just is a summary of a bunch of different perspectives. It doesn't really push those ideas together and doesn't fully identify the biggest connections that these have to one another. 3E, the final one for row 3 is, are we considering alternative points of view? Do we have a counter argument in our essay? Are we considering the possible weaknesses that we have? One second. Let me go and pause this real quick. Great, let me go ahead and share my screen. Sorry about that. Just had to take care of one thing real quick. Okay, so 3F is evidence. Do they have relevant and credible evidence? So the biggest difference is a medium is at least one scholarly source is used in a meaningful way, whereas for a high, it needs to show that you guys are using multiple scholarly sources. So those are our tier 1 sources. I'm sure they'll look great. And the biggest thing for a low, where none of you guys should have this, but please pay attention that this paper has no trusted academic sources. So this means that your paper does not integrate a single tier 1 source. This is the stuff that should be pretty easy. So for research and citations for 4A, you just need to look at their bibliography and make sure they have at least 3, preferably 4, tier 1 sources. And also all but one of the paper sources are credible. So just look through your peers' bibliography and make sure that all of their sources are accurate. If you see that some of them may not be credible or may not be worth it, you can comment on the medium and say, like, I don't know if this source is doing for your paper what you want it to. And then finally, with formatting, just make sure that you guys are looking at each other's formatting. And the last row for today is style and grammar. This is where you guys are going to be focusing on the sentence isn't clear. I think that you could write this better. And for those, you can leave comments directly in the paper as well as on this, but this is where I'm going to be checking your guys' grades. So this is going to be the big thing, is make sure that it is written in a formal tone and that everything is communicated clearly to the reader. So make sure for the grammar, it's okay if there are a couple things off, but if it's a consistent issue, then it needs to be addressed. Okay, I think that we went through all of those rows. Great. Go ahead and stop my share. Okay, so again, this should not have been submitted on Wednesday. So you guys are turning this in for me on Thursday. I will be checking progress Wednesday and yesterday and submit it today. That way, Friday morning, I can return this to the person that reviewed your paper. And so that way you can use either the weekend, or we will get started on Monday implementing these types of revisions. But you guys will get this back on Friday. So that way, if you want to get a jump start on that, you absolutely can. Remember, this paper is a really big deal, and it's going to do the best things for you for your APSem grade. So just make sure that you are taking all of this seriously, and I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say. As a heads up, as we launch Q4 next week, I am going to be implementing or creating a way to do a news quiz. I'm not sure how I can do that, but I'm going to be playing around with Google Forms over the weekend and seeing if I can figure out a way to where we can keep up these news quizzes, because I think, especially considering the current COVID crisis, that you guys are still paying attention. So it's just going to be about how we can make that happen, whether it be a Google Form quiz or and how I would get those resources to you, etc. So we will, so just be prepared and looking for announcements in regards to that. That is probably going to be the biggest change next week. Otherwise, same old in terms of lessons and due dates. Please reach out if you have any other questions. Remember, I am available from 12:30 to 2 specifically for seminar, or from 2:30 to 4 for both the 8-push and seminar. So please take advantage of those Zoom office hours. That is going to be the biggest help for you guys. Great. I look forward to hearing all of your guys' comments and talking to you guys later.